Good evening, everybody. My name is Scott Jacobs, and you're listening to Juiced Sports Radio. And if you need further proof why you can't buy an NFL team like the Yankees do in Major League Baseball or some other sports, look no further than the Philadelphia Eagles. The Dream Team, or as I think they should now be proclaimed, the Scream Team, dropped to 3-5 today after a disheartening loss to the Chicago Bears, blowing another fourth quarter lead. That's 4 this season. 1, 2, 3, 4. To drop into the NFC East cellar, probably out of the playoff hunt for good, bearing a major resurgence, leading more people to question whether Mike Vick is a true leader that can lead this team to greatness, whether Andy Reid can get this team over the hump, whether all these big-name additions were too much too soon. Man, and I'm starting to wonder if the Philadelphia Eagles' psyche is just shot all over the place. They look distressed. They have that look of a team that can't hold it together when the lights shine brightest. And this was a team that was built for the Super Bowl. Well, now they're playing like they're built for the toilet bowl. They just can't hold a fourth quarter lead. It is killing them. And when you lose that ability to protect the lead, it just has to wear on your team. It has to wear on Andy Reid. It has to wear on Mike Vick. It has to wear on all these talented playmakers they have on offense and defense. Nnamdi Asomugha has not been what they thought he'd be. Ronnie Brown was a bust. LaShawn McCoy leads the NFL in rushing as of last check. And Shady McCoy has been about the only thing that's been the real deal about this team. The Eagles really need a miracle to get back in it. Now, there's some winnable games left on their schedule. You look at their schedule, they have the Cardinals left, they have the Seahawks, they have the Dolphins, but they also have the Patriots, Giants, Jets, Cowboys, and Redskins. And the Redskins always play them tough. Those are 5 tough games. And you're telling me that the Eagles are going to only drop one of those, which would potentially get them to 10-6, which still might not be good enough to get in the playoffs. And you look at the Bears, and what a story they turned out to be. I've been high on this team all year in the sense of I still believe that they were a viable playoff type of caliber team. And despite the fact that they're in the NFC North, and what is with the North this year? You've got the Vikings, who were dead last, who can play with almost anybody, even though their record is bad. And then you've got the Bears with 5 wins, the Lions with 6 wins, the Packers with 8 wins. That's the NFC. The Packers have the best record in football and the best record, obviously, in the NFC. Then you look at the AFC North. The Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals all have 6 wins. So between 8 teams in the 2 divisions, 4 of them have 5 wins or more at about the halfway point of the season. That's unbelievable. The North is loaded. They are tough. They are tough. The AFC East and NFC East usually got the reputation of being tough, brutal, grinding divisions. Give it to the North this year. They are playing some damn good football. And give all the credit in the world to the Bears, who all of a sudden look like a pretty formidable team. Now that they're 5-3, they're not going to win that division. But Jay Cutler's getting more confident by the day. Give him a little protection. Hey, they scored 30 points today. Not your typical Bears game. They certainly looked like a different team than the one that played on Monday night against the Lions a few weeks ago. But back to the Eagles. What do you do if you're the Eagles? I mean, let's just say this team wins 8 games, which right now would be maybe they win 8 games. You have to wonder where their heads are at. Are they talented enough to win the rest of their games? Absolutely. Were they talented enough to win the games that they've lost so far? Absolutely. But they didn't. And that's what it comes down to. You either win or you lose. And when you lose the way the Eagles have by blowing all these fourth quarter leads, you digress to the point where you start to question yourself. And when you start to question yourself, creeps start to doubt. Creeps start to come out in the locker room, internally between players. Dissension amongst the coaches sometimes happens. Fans start to get angry. The media starts to get even more involved. And the whole thing crumbles like a badly made sandcastle. And it's like the Eagles are just playing on the beach, make it a nice sandcastle, and the waves just keep washing it ashore. And there's no evidence of the team that was supposed to be America's quote-unquote dream team this year. The Miami Heat set the precedent. The Eagles failed trying to emulate it. Doesn't work in the NFL. Does not work. You build a team, you grow a team, you can't buy a team. Plain and simple. The Eagles are finding that out the hard way. And even if Vince Young doesn't make that proclamation that they're the dream team or whatever, I think this team still would have been under an immense amount of pressure. They were in the news for a good 2-3 straight weeks, it seemed, during the off season. The NFL's shortened off season. They were the most scrutinized team that there was. They trade Cobb to Arizona. They have all those cornerbacks. Their secondary is supposed to be loaded. And they lose because they gave up 30 points. It's a tough go. It's tough. The Eagles are going to hear it from their fans, who are already pissed that the Phillies just laid an egg in the NLDS against the Cardinals, who eventually won the championship. Well, the Eagles don't even look like they're going to get to the playoffs. And that has to be bitter. Bitter, bitter. Because with the NBA in a lockout, you're looking at the Flyers as the only discernible team that really has a chance. And then you have Penn State, and I don't know how many Eagles fans are Penn State fans, but the mess they're embroiled in, not a fun time to be in Pennsylvania. Unless you like the Steelers, in which case they're reeling after that Ravens loss, but I think they'd rather be in their position than Philadelphia's position. Again, moral to the story, you're not the Yankees. And even the Yankees haven't been winning in recent years, but at least they get to the playoffs. I think the Eagles, when the least is expected of them, they usually do the best. All of a sudden you ratchet some expectations on them, and they just can't get over the hump, and this year the hump is kicking their ass. Plain and simple. So let's have some fun here for all the non-Eagles fans out there. What would you nickname this team now? I'm going to call them the Scream Team. Obviously, Vince Young called them the Dream Team. Leave your suggestions below. Definitely curious what you would name this team at this point. Disappointment. And one person that I'm good friends with on Twitter, Carrington Harrison, made a great line that said Mike Vick is a product of EA Sports and Nike. He's their creation. Starting to think he might be. And the Eagles are a creation of a fantasy football league that doesn't work in real life. All you need in fantasy football is stats. In real life, you need heart, guts, drive, and chemistry. No one's worrying about chemistry in Madden or fantasy football. The Eagles do not have digital hearts, as they would say in the breakup with Vince Vaughn saying that. So that's it. That's it from here. The Eagles drop to 3-5. Philadelphia Cheesesteak Nation has to be totally disheartened after this one. But it is what it is. And it is not good if you're an Eagles fan. Hit us up at Juiced Sports Now on Twitter. Check us out at juicedsportsblog.com. Subscribe to our page below and be up to date with all the latest Juiced Sports content and videos, along with our analysis. My name is Scott Jacobs. Good night, everybody.